They threw thorns on your path, thinking it would stop you, but fate, unforgiving and precise, made them bleed with the very pain they designed for you. That's the law of cosmic balance. Nothing in this world escapes it. What you send out circles back, and those who live to see others fall often slip first. There's a strange irony in the way the universe works. The more someone tries to block your light, the more it exposes their own shadows. You, the one they tried to break, are now the storm they can't silence. While they whispered doubt behind your back, the universe amplified your voice. Their hate, it became your fuel. Their sabotage, just a spark to light your rise. You see, being chosen doesn't mean life is easier. It means your path is louder, heavier, more watched. But what they didn't realize is this: pressure doesn't destroy a diamond, it reveals it. The obstacles weren't setbacks, they were training. Your growth, your silence, your strength. These things disturb the ones who only find power through control. And now, their plan backfired. The power they feared in you is exactly what they've awakened. You haunt them, not with revenge, but with the terrifying truth that you're still rising. That every attack they threw only shaped you into something they can't predict or stop. If you're one of the chosen, you already feel this. That heavy silence, that inner fire, that strange clarity in the middle of chaos. Like you were born for more because you were. Stick with us. Like this video, subscribe, and join the ones who are no longer hiding. We're not here to beg for space. We're here to take up the room we were born to command. Let's begin. Number 1. Stop thinking you're ordinary. This weight means you're chosen. They'll tell you you're just like everyone else, that what you're feeling is just life, that the weight you carry is nothing special. But let's be real, this isn't normal. Most people aren't wired like you. Most don't think this deep, don't feel this much, don't move through the world with that strange heaviness in their chest that never fully leaves. You know what I'm talking about. That invisible pressure that makes everyday life feel like walking with wet cement around your ankles. And yet you still move. People see your face, not your burden. But the universe knows. It didn't put this weight on your shoulders by accident. You weren't born to coast. You were built to carry what others would collapse under. And here's the twist. The more pressure you feel, the louder the proof that you're not here for small things. Ordinary people don't get tested like this. Ordinary people don't get resistance before they even take a step. If life hits you harder than most, it's because you have more inside you than most. You're not cursed. You're carrying potential that scares people, triggers envy, and wakes up silent haters who barely even know you. Your presence, your mindset, your vision, it threatens people who've made peace with mediocrity. And yet, you keep shrinking yourself just to keep the room comfortable. Why? To make small minds feel safe. To play it humble while you're secretly carrying fire in your veins. Stop doing that. Your heaviness isn't weakness. It's power still in the making. Here's something no one tells you. Greatness doesn't feel like greatness when it's growing. It feels like pressure, like confusion, like isolation. It feels like everything's going wrong when really, everything is shifting to make space for what you're becoming. And the sooner you stop calling that weight a problem, the sooner you'll realize it's proof. There's a reason others underestimate you. They only see what's visible. But you carry invisible architecture. Your mind is 10 steps ahead, your heart a battlefield, your intuition a compass that never shuts off. And yet you question yourself because the world isn't clapping. Let them sleep on you. When you finally rise, you won't need to announce it. The impact will speak loud enough. People love calling you too intense, too emotional, too deep. That's code for, you make me uncomfortable because you see things I pretend not to. Take it as a compliment. Let their discomfort be your confirmation. You're not ordinary. Ordinary doesn't move mountains. Ordinary doesn't wake up with a storm in their chest and still find peace before sunrise. Ordinary doesn't feel chosen, and you do. And deep down, you've always known it. So stop acting like you're just another face in the crowd. The weight you carry isn't a burden, it's a blueprint. And you're just getting started. Number 2. Don't mistake the pain. It's proof you're being prepared, not punished. Pain doesn't show up without a reason. But here's the catch. Most people mistake it for punishment. They think struggle means they're doing something wrong. They think silence means abandonment. But not you. You're not here to live like everyone else. You're being shaped for something far beyond what most people will ever touch. And shaping hurts. You're not being broken. You're being built. There's a pattern to it. Every time you step up, the pressure multiplies. Life starts to press in, and it feels personal, like everything is designed to shake your foundation. That's because it is, but not to destroy, to strengthen. Diamonds aren't made in soft conditions. They're made through fire, pressure, and time. And that pain you feel, it's the same force that separates those who are here just to survive from those who are here to lead. You feel it in your chest, in your mind, in your relationships. Things fall apart right when they seem to be working. People walk away just when you need them. Opportunities turn to dust the second you reach for them. It's not random, it's refinement. The pain isn't a sign you're off path. It's a sign you're getting close. The universe doesn't test the empty. It tests the full. You're carrying weight that others can't even sense, and that weight demands resistance. You're not under attack because you're weak. You're being tested because what you carry is dangerous to comfort, to complacency, to mediocrity. This is how it works when you're chosen. Life strips away what's unnecessary so it can reveal what's unstoppable. The pain, that's your signal. The world doesn't punish average. It pushes back against power, your power. And the moment you stop seeing pain as a curse, you'll start to see it as your confirmation. You weren't made to walk a soft path. You were made to rise from the rough ground, carrying lessons that others never earned. So no, you're not being punished, you're being positioned. And when the time is right, the same pain that tried to bury you will be the reason you rise with force they never saw coming. Keep going. The pressure means you're close. Number 3. Let them leave. Rejection is the first sign you're rising. Let them leave. No drama, no explanations, no long messages. Just let them go. You're not being abandoned, you're being upgraded. What feels like rejection is actually redirection. It's life removing dead weight from your journey before you even realize it's slowing you down. People walk away when they sense you're changing, even if they can't explain why. Your energy speaks louder than your words, and some can't handle who you're becoming, so they quietly disappear. Let them. Rejection isn't a loss. It's a signal, a sign that you're outgrowing spaces you were never meant to shrink into. The people who pull away when you start moving different were never aligned with your next level. They were only comfortable with the version of you that stayed small, silent, and predictable. And now you're becoming too real, too focused, too powerful for their comfort. You don't owe them a thing. Don't chase the ones who couldn't clap for your growth. Don't try to prove your worth to those who only loved your wounds, but never your healing. Some people are addicted to your struggle because when you were broken, they felt needed. But once you began to rebuild, they lost control. That's not your problem. Chosen ones are meant to walk through seasons of separation. It's part of the process. You can't carry everyone into your next chapter. Some people are only written into your story for a few pages. Don't turn them into the whole book. And here's the twist they didn't expect. Their rejection didn't break you. It built you. It gave you space. It gave you silence. It gave you clarity. And in that silence, you became unstoppable. So let them leave. What left wasn't meant to survive the altitude you're rising to. The next level requires less noise, fewer distractions, and zero dead weight. The ones who belong in your future won't be scared of your growth. They'll be inspired by it. Number 4. When your light makes them uncomfortable, it's time to walk alone. Your light speaks even when you say nothing, and not everyone can handle that. You've probably felt it, that shift in the room when you walk in, the way some people go quiet, their eyes dart, their energy shifts. It's not your attitude, it's not your words, it's your presence. You didn't do anything, yet somehow you became the trigger. Why? Because light makes darkness uncomfortable. Some people aren't angry at you, they're angry at what you reflect. You remind them of the effort they never gave, the courage they buried, the growth they ran from. Your focus exposes their distractions. Your discipline challenges their excuses. Your hunger makes their comfort look like laziness. And that's when it happens. They start pulling back. You get the cold shoulder, the weird comments, the fake smiles. Suddenly you're too intense, too deep, too much. But don't shrink to make them feel safe. That's not your job. You weren't born to dim your light so others can stay in their shadows. Walk alone if you have to. Chosen ones don't walk the easy road. You were never built for group approval or crowd validation. You were built to carry something different, something that threatens the ones too scared to grow. And that means sometimes you'll outgrow your surroundings, your circle, even your own comfort zone. Let it happen. The truth is, your path will narrow as your purpose sharpens. And the more you become who you really are, the fewer people can handle it. But that's not rejection, that's alignment. That's life making room for people who match your pace, your mindset, your mission. Don't apologize for evolving. Don't feel guilty for being real in a world addicted to fake. If your light exposes the lies others live by, let it. If your success makes people uncomfortable, good. That means you're doing something right. Number 5. Stop craving company. Loneliness is where the chosen are refined. There's a silence that hits differently when you're built for something more. It's not just being alone. It's that feeling of being unreachable, even in a crowded room. The jokes don't hit the same. The small talk feels hollow. You look around and think, no one here really gets me. And you're right, they don't. But that's not a curse. That's the sign. Chosen ones don't get to blend in. You're not wired for average. And when you carry something rare inside you, a different way of thinking, a deeper way of feeling, a vision others can't see, the world doesn't automatically make space for it. Instead, it isolates you first. Because before you lead, you learn. Before you build, you're broken down. And before you speak with impact, you're silenced long enough to hear your own thoughts echo. That's not rejection, that's refinement. Loneliness isn't a punishment, it's training. It's the universe clearing out the noise so you can hear your own frequency. You start to notice what really matters. You get tired of surface-level everything, conversations, friendships, even your old habits. You realize most of the world is numb, distracted, and too busy pretending to feel okay. But you can't fake it. You were never meant to. That ache inside you, that's growth. And you'll try to fill the silence. You'll reach out, reconnect, search for someone who gets it. But every time, you'll feel more disconnected, because this part of the path is yours to walk alone. This is where your mind sharpens. This is where you start building things in silence that no one sees, not yet. And when they finally see the results, they'll call it overnight success. But you'll remember the nights where sleep never came and the silence was deafening. Number 6. Trust the silence. Isolation is God's way of sharpening your vision. Silence can be brutal. The kind of silence that fills a room even when you're surrounded by people. The kind that lingers at night when the world is quiet, but your mind is louder than ever. If you've been feeling it, that distance, that disconnect, that sense that no one really gets you, you're not breaking down. You're being sharpened. Isolation isn't punishment, it's precision. When you're chosen for more, the noise has to go. The universe doesn't sharpen vision in chaos, it sharpens it in silence. In the moments when no one is watching, no one is clapping, and no one is checking in. That's where clarity is born. That's where distractions die and direction starts to speak. Most people run from that kind of silence because they think it means something's wrong. But for the chosen ones, it's the exact opposite. You're not being left behind, you're being set apart. Ever noticed how your deepest ideas, your wildest goals, your clearest thoughts come when you're alone? That's not random, that's alignment. That's life clearing out the noise so you can actually hear your own vision, the real one, not the filtered version you water down for other people's comfort. The world teaches us to fear being alone, but the most powerful shifts don't happen in crowds. They happen in solitude. It's in that quiet space where you start seeing things differently, not with your eyes, but with your insight. Your instincts get louder. Your purpose sharpens. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Silence can make you question yourself. It can feel like you've been forgotten, like nothing's moving. But underneath that stillness, everything is realigning. Isolation isn't the absence of movement, it's the preparation for impact. The ones who walk alone for a while are always the ones who come back with something that shifts everything. You're not behind. You're being refined. You're not invisible. You're becoming undeniable. So stop resisting the quiet. Trust it. The silence you hate now is where your clearest vision is being born. And once it hits, the same people who overlooked you will wonder how they missed you. Silence sharpens. Isolation upgrades. This is the part where your future starts speaking, loud and clear. Number 7. Don't expect applause. Your greatest battles are fought in secret. There are fights no one sees. Wars that happen in your mind, your heart, your soul. Long before a single win ever shows up on the outside. You could be walking through a crowd, smiling like everything's fine, while inside you're fighting to breathe, to focus, to stay standing. That's the truth no one talks about. Your biggest victories won't come with a round of applause. Don't expect it. People will celebrate your success, but they'll never understand the price you paid to get there. They didn't see the nights you stayed up battling your own thoughts. They didn't feel the weight you carried when everything was falling apart, and you still showed up. No one clapped when you chose discipline over comfort. No one posted about the days you didn't quit, when quitting would have been easier. And that's okay, because real strength never needed an audience. Some of the most powerful moments in your life will happen when no one's watching. Not a soul around to validate you. Just you versus the storm. You versus the silence. You versus the version of yourself that wants to give in. These aren't moments of weakness. These are moments where the real ones are made. The world loves the finish line, not the training. It praises the outcome, not the grind. But if you're one of the chosen, you already know. The real reward isn't the recognition. It's what you became when no one was looking. You didn't need the lights. You became the fire. So don't waste your time explaining your process to people who only understand applause. Your journey is deeper than likes, louder than praise, and more meaningful than any surface-level approval. Let them sleep on you. Let them think it's easy. You know what it took. You know what it cost. And when your time comes, when everything you've built in silence finally shows, don't gloat. Number 8. Stop feeling guilty for the war inside. It means you haven't surrendered. There's a battle happening inside you, one that no one sees, one that's loud even in silence. And some days it feels like you're losing. But here's the truth. The war within is proof you're still fighting, still holding the line, still refusing to fold. So stop apologizing for it. This inner chaos, that tension between what you want and what you know you need, that's not weakness, that's strength. The people who walk around like they've figured it all out. Half of them gave up the fight a long time ago. They surrendered to comfort. You didn't. You still feel torn because something in you refuses to go numb. The war inside is sacred. It's the space where growth is born. It's where your old habits scream to survive while your new standards are trying to take root. And that collision, that's transformation in real time. It's messy, it's painful, but it's real. You're not fake because you struggle. You're real because you care. People will tell you to just be at peace, like it's a switch you can flip. But peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's choosing not to give up in the middle of it. And you're doing that. Every single day you wake up, carry that invisible weight, and try again. You prove that you haven't surrendered. Even if no one sees the fight, you know it's happening. And the fact that it still hurts, that it still keeps you up some nights, that's the evidence. Because if you had quit, the noise would be gone. You wouldn't feel conflicted. You'd be numb. And numb is not the goal. Don't let guilt creep in because you haven't reached some perfect version of yourself. The very war you're battling is what's keeping you sharp, awake, alive. So if you feel like a mess right now, good. That means you're still in motion. That means the fire hasn't gone out. That means the part of you that refuses to settle is still in control. Number 9. Quit comparing. Spiritual sensitivity feels like struggle, but it's strength. The worst trap for the chosen ones is comparison. Looking left and right when you were never meant to run their race. Watching others move faster, speak louder, shine brighter, and wondering why your path feels heavier. But here's the truth most people won't say out loud. What you feel isn't weakness. It's depth. You're not behind. You're built different. While others glide through life without a second thought, you feel everything. The energy in a room, the weight behind someone's words, the silence between the lines. It's not just overthinking, it's perception. Your system is wired to sense what others ignore. And yes, it gets heavy. Yes, it feels like too much. But that's because you're carrying a sensitivity that was never meant to be average. You've probably asked yourself, why do I struggle with things others seem to handle easily? Simple. Because your inner world is louder than theirs. You process differently. You notice details others skip. You carry awareness like a second skin. And that kind of awareness isn't light. It's armor and it's weight, all at once. But don't confuse sensitivity with weakness. A blade that's sharp can cut deeper, but it also takes more care to hold. Your pain doesn't mean you're fragile. It means you're awake. You question more. You wrestle with truth. You care about meaning, not just survival. And while others numb out, you feel every corner of your own transformation. That's not a flaw. That's rare. Comparison will lie to you. It will tell you they're winning while you're drowning. It will say they're confident while you're breaking. But what it won't tell you is that most people never dig deep enough to even feel what you feel. They settle, you refuse, and that's why your journey looks harder, because it's real. Quit comparing. You weren't built for their path. You were built for depth, clarity, and impact, and that doesn't come cheap. Sensitivity isn't your curse, it's your compass. It might slow you down, but it keeps you aligned. It might feel like struggle now, but later, it will be your superpower. Number 10. Let go or be held back. Renunciation. Hurts, but it sets you free. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when life demands a decision. Hold on to what's comfortable or let go and evolve. And make no mistake, the letting go will hurt. It will stretch your soul in places you didn't know existed. But the truth is simple. You either release what no longer fits your future, or you stay trapped by your past. Not everything that feels good is good for your growth. Not everyone who's close to you deserves a front row seat to your evolution. And not every opportunity is aligned with your purpose. That's why letting go is not just about loss. It's about alignment. It's about clearing the path so your next level can find you. But don't expect it to feel easy. Letting go might mean walking away from friendships that feel like family. It might mean closing the door on a job that gave you stability. It might mean releasing a version of yourself that others loved, but that you've outgrown. That's why renunciation feels like death, because in some ways it is. It's the death of comfort, the death of approval, the death of being who they wanted you to be. But what's born in its place? Freedom, focus, clarity, power. The pain of letting go is temporary. The pain of staying stuck, that's forever. And here's the twist. The longer you delay the release, the heavier it gets. The more you try to carry both your future and your past, the more drained you become. You can't fly while clinging to what was only meant to teach you how to walk. Renunciation isn't weakness, it's mastery. It's saying, I choose what's right for my growth, not what feels safe. That kind of discipline scares people. It disrupts the cycle. But that's what chosen ones are built for. Disrupting the ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. So ask yourself, are you holding on out of love or out of fear? Because if it's fear, it's already holding you back. Let go. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. And when you finally do, you won't just feel lighter, you'll feel free. Number 11. Stop rushing the process. Delays are divine, not denials. Everybody wants to win, but no one wants to wait. The world glorifies instant success, overnight fame, fast money. But if you're chosen, your journey won't look like theirs. Your process takes longer, because what's being built in you isn't average. It's not quick, it's not cheap, it's built to last. When things don't happen on your timeline, your first instinct is to doubt, to panic, to compare your pace to people who aren't even running your race. But here's the truth. Your delay isn't a denial. It's a setup, a preparation, a stretching of your capacity so you don't just get what's meant for you, you keep it. If you're being delayed, it means something bigger is aligning behind the scenes, something that doesn't come rushed, forced, or half-ready. There's no greatness without waiting. There's no depth without discomfort. There's no elevation without stillness that tests your patience. The universe doesn't give chosen ones shortcuts. It gives them shaping seasons, silent seasons, frustrating, confusing, lonely seasons where nothing makes sense, until suddenly everything does. It's easy to want the results now, but if you got it too soon, you wouldn't know how to handle it. You'd fumble the very thing you've been praying for. Timing isn't just about the destination. It's about who you've become when you get there. So don't mistake silence for absence. Don't confuse stillness for stagnation. Just because nothing seems to be moving doesn't mean nothing's happening. Delays are not dead ends. They are divine recalculations. A pause doesn't mean cancellation. It means precision. Those who rise too fast often fall just as fast. But those who are forged in the slow fire, they become unshakable. You're not behind, you're being built. Every day you wait, something inside you is maturing, strengthening, aligning, and one day you'll look back and realize the delay was the biggest blessing. It kept you from settling. It pushed you to evolve. It protected you from people, places, and opportunities that weren't worthy of your potential. So stop rushing. The process is slow because you're not being prepared for ordinary things. You're being positioned for something timeless. Number 12. You're not broken. You're being built for something unseen. You feel like you're falling apart, like every step forward costs too much, like something inside you cracked a long time ago and never fully healed. But let's make one thing clear. You are not broken. You are being built. What you're feeling isn't collapse, it's construction. It only feels like you're breaking because the pieces of your old self no longer fit the shape of who you're becoming. The confusion, the frustration, the moments when you're barely holding it together. That's the sound of transformation. You weren't made for surface-level living. You weren't made to play it safe, blend in, or just exist. Chosen ones are crafted in silence, shaped through pressure, and strengthened through chaos. You think your pain disqualifies you, but it's actually proof that you're in the middle of becoming something greater. Think about it. Anything built to last goes through intense pressure. Steel is forged in fire. Diamonds are crushed by time and weight. Skyscrapers require deep digging before they rise into the sky. Why would it be any different for you? They may look at you and only see cracks. But cracks aren't the end. They're the beginning of light getting in. The ones who can't see your potential are just too focused on the dust to recognize the masterpiece forming beneath it. And yes, you may feel exhausted, confused, and even alone, but that doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're in a stage no one else can see. A hidden process, a silent building, the kind of growth that doesn't post updates, doesn't need validation, and doesn't rush to be seen. The kind that stuns the world when it finally reveals itself. You're not broken, you're just under construction, and construction zones are messy by design. So don't hide your scars, don't shame your process. What looks like damage is actually design. Every setback, every breakdown, every lonely night, every tear that slipped through without a witness, it's all part of the blueprint. The world may not understand it yet, but one day they'll look at you and realize you weren't falling apart. You were leveling up in silence. And now that you've seen the weight, the pressure, the rejection, the silence. Understand this. It was never meant to break you. It was shaping you. What you carry isn't random. It's evidence that you're not average. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're being refined for something most people will never touch. So the next time life feels heavy, remember, you were chosen for it. If this spoke to you, if you felt seen in these words, then you already know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth.